From the Alex Trebek stage at Sony Picture Studios, this is Inside Jeopardy!
What did you wager, Paolo? You lose $143, knocking you down to $33,057. But the winner of the Tournament of Champions receives $250,000. Congratulations, Paolo Pasco.
Hello and welcome to a special edition of Inside Jeopardy. Michael Davies here, Sarah Foss, and our new Tournament of Champions winner, Paolo Pasco. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's surreal to be here.
Yeah, I gotta say, not sure I should reveal it, but I'm going to reveal it, Sarah. I was driving to the Alex Trebek studio this morning, driving down Robertson Boulevard, and I called producer Sarah Foss, and I said, you know what, this is going 3 games. I didn't call the runaways, I didn't call all of that. As much as I'm happy for you that you won, I'm even happier for myself that I was right.
Michael had full confidence. Did you feel this confidence coming into today?
Yeah, that's very funny to hear. Yeah. I think if you asked me if it would go to 3 games, I would say like possibly, but I don't think I'd attach the same person to it.
Your competitors are phenomenal.
Yes.
You know, everybody in this field. Frankly, this entire postseason, 60 players came into this postseason, 21 into the Tournament of Champions, and now, you know, you're the last person standing. Every single person in this is a worthy postseason competitor. But I just watched how good you were deep on the board, consistently, again and again and again, through your games. You might not have felt it, but I felt like deep in the board, you were racking up big numbers in Double Jeopardy again and again and again.
Yeah, that's very sweet. Yeah, it's something that, I don't know, I didn't really notice it because it was a very like one clue at a time thing. And when it was a deep one, just have to think like, oh, do I want to pull this trigger or not?
So coming into this TOC, you were a 7-game champion. We let you know that you were going to be seeded. You wouldn't be playing in a quarterfinals. You would head straight into the semifinals, but we gave you that exhibition game. So you actually ended up playing Scott Riccardi before the finals, along with Laura Fata. You won that game, also in a runaway. How did you feel coming out of that exhibition game, knowing that in your first, time out on the Alex Trebek stage in the Tournament of Champions, the game show gods were with you?
Gosh, yeah. It was an unexpected thing because I feel like I spent all of Monday watching the quarterfinals and getting a little bit more scared every time because the people coming out of the quarters and into the semis were just so, like everyone's so good.
Yeah.
The people were putting on scary games. So going into the exhibition game, I just thought, I'm playing the 2 people who have beaten me in terms of streaks and who I've seen be very, very good at this. So, I don't know, I felt like I got a buzz like desperately and as fast as I can. So a little bit of panic mode went into it.
I remember you said at the end of that game, you were worried that maybe your daily double luck, like you had used it all in the exhibition game. But then if we could add that game and your 3 finals, you were 11 for 11 in daily doubles.
Wow.
And you threw out huge wagers with seemingly no hesitation.
Yeah, it's a scary thing, definitely, to say that big a number and to know that the game momentum can shift a lot. But I think it's a fun thing about the 7-game final format is that you can afford to take a big swing. And if it goes wrong, then there's always tomorrow.
I'm a big fan of the first to 3 best of 7 format. I wish we could use it in every single tournament that we have, because I think it does introduce new dynamics which aren't at play on a 2-game total point affair or just other ways we settle these things. I laughed when Sarah invoked the game show gods, which is something that Sarah and I talk a lot about. The game show gods. We're always, we try to sum them quite a lot.
Yes.
But you do have some superstition around your daily doubles, but perhaps now you should consider the game show gods more, that they have certainly watched over you in the Alex Trebek stage.
Gosh, yeah, very, very thankful to,
Yeah.
Thank you to the gods. Well, this ended in 3 historically. We've had a 6-game final, another 6-game final, last year a 5-game final with Nilesh, but never have we ended in 3. I will tell you, as a producer, I'm doing the math. I'm like, okay, the JIT is going to start this much sooner. We're going to have to add more days.
You've created so many problems,
I'm sorry.
Paolo. So many problems for Sarah Foss.
And
These are good problems. I also want to point out, you mentioned watching those quarterfinal games and even the semis. TJ Fisher went up against Steven Olsen in that semifinal. The person who actually defeated you went on to win 4 games. And had it not been for Steven doing a huge daily double and being incorrect, you could have very easily seen him in the finals. And I'm just wondering if that was maybe the toughest competition, someone you knew firsthand how tough they were to face.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big thing going into the exhibition game because my last experience on the stage was just getting outbuzzed again and again and again. So I went into it with the nagging thought in the back of my mind, like, what if I just never find it? So yeah, very, very. I have no idea how any of this happened. I feel like you're either hot with the buzzer or not, and I'm really lucky that I found a rhythm that seemed to work.
Well, I think part of what you just said earlier about being present that one clue at a time, I do think often I'm sometimes teased for referring to Jeopardy as a sport or to making comparisons between a sport and Jeopardy. But I do think that what elite athletes do is they have this bounce back ability because they just face one point at a time, one play at a time, and then they bounce back and they figure it out. And I do think you do look you might not feel it inside, but from the producer's table and from the control room, you look very relaxed out there.
It's a very, like the duck paddling over water.
Oh, yes. Michael uses that all the
underneath
time.
it, paddling like hell.
To describe a good producer.
Yeah, that's very true.
And apparently a good Jeopardy player.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And even though you may not have felt the confidence or not the thing that we saw, but you did seem like you were having fun. Like there was a level of watching you where even though it was competitive, it looked like you were enjoying yourself.
I think that's the thing I was most excited about in the TOC is that everyone is comfortable on the stage itself. So when people are coming back, it's more of a good time. People know each other already. And all the lead up to that with honors and all the getting to know each other, it makes for an incredible, incredible experience. Like everyone was so nice. Very lucky to be a part of a group like this. And yeah, it's fun to let loose a little. Scott rocks. TJ is so funny. So it felt like a game, which really helped at least me stay loose.
You mentioned honors.
Yeah.
Best signature.
Our winner for Best Signature is Paulo Pasco. Paulo, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And you kept that going in the TOC.
Yeah, it really turned the pressure on to the point where in the break after the semis, and then I had a day to kind of think about what to do for finals, I have to admit I did spend a little bit less time looking at flashcards as I did doodling on the hotel pad. Maybe a burger. Maybe
I know the burger was beautiful.
Yeah,
the burger was really good.
Yeah.
And actually, when I saw you after the show, you were wearing a sweatshirt with a burger on it, which was just, this has been your burger day.
It's a very look around the room and then think George Glass, something like that.
Well, Ken celebrated with In-N-Out Burger, I think, after his initial audition. So maybe burgers in the future for the cohort. What is going to be the party for the TOC group? I have to know.
Gosh, we'll see. I think plans are being made as we speak, hopefully. So we'll see. But it's going to be fun. I'm just very excited to see all of them again in a non-stressful situation.
We don't yet officially have the pickup for Masters. I'm not worried about it. I believe it will be coming from our great friends at the ABC television network.
And the gods.
And the gods, but maybe some of the same people. As you start to look forward to playing in Masters, you've seen these players play. I firmly believe you are a Masters level player, but what does that sum up in your mind?
It's an intimidating crowd. I don't think there is a crowd at a tournament that's not, but there's a huge, huge jump, I feel, in terms of what I can snatch in a normal game versus what I can snatch in that game. Versus Masters, a lot of time I'm just watching the screen, like a baby sensory video, watching the lights go on, and then there are red bar strips up. I was
Yeah, ooh, the color blue.
Yeah. I feel like it's going to be a fun journey to figure out even how to prepare for that because it's such a new thing and such a huge expanded canon beyond what you'd expect from Jeopardy or from here that I'm just going to be doing a lot of book research or something. I don't know.
Having watched the shows play out this entire tournament and having spoken to some of the other players, I think this was a tough TOC. I think the material was at a level, I think the finals particularly were very tough.
Yeah, especially watching all the quarterfinals. Yeah. I saw the first board and I was like, oh, thank goodness I didn't get that one. And then I saw the second one, I was like, oh, thank goodness I didn't get that one. And then I saw the third and I was like, oh, there's a pattern here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a completely different thing when you're watching it versus playing it and you have to pick something, you know? we talked about this after the semifinal that I did, where my girlfriend Francie made a board that was entirely bodies of water clues because she knows I am not good at those, which is incredible. Is one of the best things that has happened. But I think it was a good lesson in, like, even if the board is your worst nightmare, you still have to pick somewhere. You still have to keep answering what you can answer.
Yeah.
Which is a real good lesson.
You mentioned Francie, so I'm sure she's thrilled that you are the champion, but, you know, she puts in a lot of work with you. So this means both of you have a lot more Jeopardy in your future.
Yeah, I hope she's locked in. Yeah, support of her, support from all my friends and family. It's, like, I really mean it. It's the product of so many people from every area of my life. Like, the watch parties was basically everyone I'd ever met, mingling and meeting each other, which is a beautiful thing to see.
Well, you've got to plan a whole new group of watch parties. That's going to be like just one of the jobs.
Yeah, you shortened them by winning in 3, so there will be less. You did earn $250,000, and I believe, to quote you, you said $250,000 is like $1 billion in puzzle money.
Yeah, like, looking at what one crossword pays, I would need to be doing crosswords for so much of my life constantly to get to that amount of dollars. Yeah.
All right, OK Go Video was one of your original goals. You wanted to get all the folks on the treadmill, and you wanted to do that. That you can buy a lot of treadmills. Are the goals different? What are we going to do with that amount of money, Paolo?
That is true. I mean, for the whole time, I had thought the OK Go Video would be so fun to do. But just after TOC, because I'm, like, in this kind of lock-in phase, and then afterwards we'll do the fun stuff.
OK.
Depending on how soon I have to get worried about Masters, et cetera.
Well, that'll be up to ABC and the gods.
And the gods. And the gods.
How about your Jeopardy journey? Obviously, how did it first begin? And could you ever have seen it ending right here on the Alex Trebek stage, or at least for this moment ending right here on the Alex Trebek stage as a Tournament of Champions winner?
It's been surreal. I, grew up watching the show, as a lot of other people did. Watched Kids Jeopardy when it was a thing, and then would shout out answers when appropriate. But yeah, I don't think I really thought about being on the show for a while, because I think I was just aware that I'm 18 or however old I was at the time. There's so much stuff in the world, and I don't know a lot of stuff. Like, that's why when I started doing puzzles, I gravitated towards, like, Sudoku and logic puzzles, because crosswords were this big, crazy thing for me where you need to know a lot of stuff, and I was aware of my limitations. But it was only after getting into crosswords, finding a passion for that, and then the inciting incident was at the finals of a crossword tournament in 2023. I was up on stage, and there were 2 words crossing with one letter, and if I filled in that letter correctly, I would be first and I would win. But it was like one geography thing crossing another geography thing. So I sat there and I was like, and then in that hesitation, I get beat. After that, I was like, well, I should probably, like, learn stuff for next time so that doesn't happen again. And then that turned into, well, I'm going to get more into trivia, turned into, well, I'm going to, watch Jeopardy regularly and keep score regularly. And then that turned into, like, what if I took the test? And then, yeah, taking it in a hotel, in a mall food court, on my phone, with, like, 3 of my other friends also taking it on their phones.
We say it's the anytime
separately.
test. Yeah.
So. Yeah. And anytime was when you're in a mall food court.
Yeah.
And it's been a wild journey from there to here.
Wow. Well, you are also a national crossword puzzle champion. How do the 2 compare? How do they stack up? What are the bragging rights? Which is bigger?
I feel like it's very, very different types of fun.
Okay.
This one, I think the highs are higher and the stress is stressier.
And we pay more.
Yes, This is also true. But both are very fun. I am getting a lot of enjoyment out of both. I mean, like, Allegra Cuny, obviously, very, very good at crosswords. Last year we finished 3rd and 4th at a recent tournament. And for my own pride, I will not tell you who was 3rd and who was 4th.
Okay.
No worries. All we know is you are a Tournament of Champions #1 this season, the 33rd winner.
Wow.
Tournament of Champions, Paolo Pasco.
And another winner whose entire Jeopardy journey all takes place in the 21st century.
Yes.
Just like Neil Esch last year.
In fact, you were born when I started at Jeopardy, but you know what? Who's counting?
I know.
Who's counting?
Who's counting?
Congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations.
you so much.
We'll see you next time,
All right.
wherever that is.
Hey, thanks for watching. Click on the subscribe button and don't miss a moment.